Morning, Justin with EquinEdge. Happy post-Lecomte Day. We're doing this again. I just did this for all of you, and I forgot to share the screen when I pulled it back. So we're going to do it again. It'll be the same, though. We just had the first race there. Hunkenburn Love with Jose Ortiz wins 3-1. It made sense. I was about 4 deep there. I thought the first race was a little tough. But we're jumping to race 3, just like we talked about a bit ago. Before we go there, though, kudos to many of the E family of all these names on this sheet here yesterday, including Christy Moore, Brad Anderson, Neil Thornberry, Matt Miller, and Matt Gum. But kudos to Brad, wins it. Those are all EE users, which is absolutely incredible. If you don't play tournaments, great spot on Twin Spires. You can play them on Express Bet. There's other sites as well. It's a good way to not play in a pari-mutuel pool, I would tell you. And I think it's good as a horse player. It's one of the things I love. I would love to play in tournaments much more than just pari-mutuel pool. So it's, for me, a good way to bet. All right. Kudos to all of them. We're going to bring our screen back this time. And as we talked about, we thought that we would have Mesa Spirit here at a little bit of value in a price, and that's where I landed. I would love to get anywhere around 5-6 to 1, 40% to win in the E long shot. When you look here, the coin has Mr. Ben Curtis up. We talked about him to start the meet, and he's been doing absolutely incredible behind Jose and J Love, and he's right there. So, Ray Slatsow, he did in 5 and 5.5, is back at 5 at Fairgrounds, and has run respectable and got second last out in the 3-hole, is in an inside post. Dream Spy, I think, can send a similar trip. It is a bit of a jump in SOR. It's predominantly because of 16, I think, and these others, that we'll talk about in a minute. But I think just it's a dream trip. The 16 is the other one that's a big player. I like the exacta here, 216. You could probably box it for a little value too, maybe. Ravelli, J-Love, speed, wants the dirt, makes sense. There is some other speed is my main concern, but J-Love may get a good trip here. Going to be tough. Again, I like the 2 over 16, but you could box him. I think a great play, and maybe even the 10 and third in the try or these others, play it, 216 over the 5, 8, 10, so I narrowed the others, but I like Mesa Spirit at price. We'll go to the next race. I thought Acknowledge had a big look here at 50%. The only concern is, he just came off his maiden win, but it's Brett all day for Joe Sharp. Jose rides. Jose just won there in the first, but is facing the 3 and 7, that have some races after breaking their maiden, but Acknowledge may be tough there. We're going to skip race 5 and we'll jump to race 6 next, which is just a great 3-year-old filly race, I will tell you. I love this. You have a Brendan Walsh, you have a Brad Cox, and you have a Whitworth Beckman. And I'm going with pretty sassy. Going to go for the price to try to beat the 2 favorites. We look here, a big 94 genetic strength rating coming off first out in an 81 sprint. Walsh 17%. He puts up Morales. They connected, I believe, 21%. Yes. So, I like that. And when you look last out, Garcia rode over at Churchill. So Morales gets to ride. Good young jock, riding well. Has ability to, I think, stock off the pace with the 2 and 6 here, which I think are questionable. Nothing against both these runners, but they've had experience, haven't been able to get across the line. I know that our Shenanigan did run last out. We'll talk about him at the end of the last race for a minute with a different Cox runner, but that was a 58. Machado gave a good ride at Churchill. Stretches out. I mean, can do it, but I'm on the 3. And then Queen Jubilee was just a big question mark for me. Ben running. Again, Jose, I get it. But Ben running, and I like the upside of somebody like Pretty Sassy here, and we get a good price. Race number 7, Star is where I landed. We get some good value here with Jose. I think might get loose on the lead. Jose been riding the 6 and 7. You can see that. They're off here going 8. Star may have some loose controlling speed, and I think we get a dream price. I love that daily double out of the last race. I love it even more into the next race. I'm against Navarre, and it's predominantly why I think Star slides into that 2 post here going 8. Jose, it looks like a dream, ran well last out in that 42, and I think could improve off of that effort. This is not a great group. Navarian is going to probably be the favorite. Phelps horse, He doesn't have a lot of runners, but when he does, he's live, I would say. But this one struggled to get across the line. You can see that. And, now in the 12 post, and there's other speed here. There's a sprinter, does have blinkers, but Jose going to try to be controlling. I'm just not sure this one gets a good trip. So I was against. I like Jose on top on star. And I think you can try to get Navarian, maybe third or out of the try, maybe. I mean, it definitely has a chance to hit the board, but you have some others here that might be able to run. Sipping on Jen, I think is somebody might run on, as well as Dogwood Crossing and Bob's Channel. So good position for a potential try with really good value. We'll jump to the last. I'm on California Street here. California Street was working with, when we look back here, our shenanigan in race number 6. So we talked about that. Sunset Street outworking our shenanigans. So 61 GSR looks really well. Scratched yesterday on the comp day, I would tell you. So finds a much easier spot here for Brad Cox and Florent Drew. 2 turns again, ran really well last out and then tappable. Didn't necessarily show a lot of speed, but, ran on. That was a bit of a tougher group here, and I think is going to be really tough. The others underneath were Prima Bella and What a Moon would be the other player. But I thought California Street would be tough. 6 over the 2-8 for me. All right. QR code up above. EquinEdge, 3 free races per day. Fairgrounds running. Happy MLK Day tomorrow. So I'll be around. We're going to do a video. I have the day off the normal day job. So good luck. Definitely press your opinions. It's a good card. We'll see you tomorrow.